some of us did Module 1 and Module 2 at the same time, which was pretty intense, frankly. I mean, Module 2 is great, but you really have
It's
to...
a lot of work.
Yeah, it's an awful lot of work. We,
But they do feed into each other.
oh yeah, the exam seems so much easier after doing Module 2, even though you kind of fall off the Module 1 bandwagon a little bit, but you're getting so much input anyway, you're learning so much that you just go in, improvise a few things, and you're always up to speed because you're always, you know, swimming in all of this information anyway.
An awful lot of highs in the middle of the night, thinking I'd pretty much got the whole thing sussed, and about half an hour later, rereading what I'd written in my essays and thinking, I don't think I've got this sussed at all. I think I'm brain dead, going mental, in fact.
My highs and lows were more related to Module 2 than Module 1.
Yeah.
Module 1 was a pretty even,
Self-study,
I didn't feel nervous or stressed preparing for Module 1 at all. Module 2, there are definitely highs and lows. And they are, as Jess said, sometimes they're very close together.
Stress of deadlines, I think, with the LSAs and the essays,
It's a lot of work.
Well, the real highs for me were the first 2 blocks in Module 2. You're coming in, you're working very hard. You've got the deadlines. You're doing assessed lessons, but you've got so much input as well. The input sessions, you're learning so much. The things are starting to make sense from Module 1. Everything's fitting together. The third block is a little bit different. It's you don't have the input. You're just giving. You're under a lot of pressure. That is where the pressure occurs.
I don't know about that for me. I think there were the big highs were a combination of excellent input in the input sessions during the blocks, block 2 and in block 1 as well, and collegial relationships of support and teamwork.
Absolutely
These are real high points, and you got that a lot in block 3.
There are 4 of us here. There were 7 of us who are not here today because they already have their Module 1. And I think very quickly we were able to establish a feeling of mutual support and
peer teaching.
Really no competition. Lots of peer teaching and
Oh, there was some good competition.
There's some good competition between Ben James Hill and myself, but it was never sort of dog-eat-dog competition. Everyone wanted everyone to succeed, and we're not judged based on what the others do. We're really judged based on what we do ourselves. So there's not that feeling that you have to be better than anyone else. There was a lot of helping of one another, especially that last week, and I think that was, I don't know how I could have done it.
I think from the very first block there was a lot of helping each other, but yeah, in the last week it was very apparent.
And I learned so much. I learned the tutors here in Strasbourg are really extraordinary. We had 3 tutors, and they were very highly competent and very complimentary in what they brought to us. And I'm really, really pleased. I didn't expect such high quality in the tutors that I got here. Not that I expected them to be mediocre, but I had high expectations, and sometimes when you have high expectations, they're not met. And my expectations were met largely by my tutors. However, I learned a ton of stuff from my fellows. We learned a lot from each other, recommending readings and helping each other understand. We're also complementary, I think.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to do Module 2 in 1 block. I just wouldn't have been able to assimilate all the stuff.
I think there's that, and there's a time management of leaving home and being away from your job. And I've heard from other centres and other places in the world that you have to go there every Friday or something like that. And that the other end of the spectrum wouldn't have worked for me either. So I think planning the 3 blocks of 9 days was really the best.
I wouldn't have wanted to do it. I wouldn't have wanted to because I think it's too concentrated otherwise. You need that time to assimilate and to think about what you've learned and to prepare for the next time. Between the first and the second, I think there were 6 weeks. And between the second and the third, there were 10 or 11 weeks. And I needed that time to assimilate and to really get a handle on what I learned. If it had all been in 1 solid month, it would have been too much. I would have assimilated. I would have learned it maybe by the end of the thing, but I wouldn't have assimilated.
I don't think you would have been able to get the material in either, because writing such 4 such extensive essays with all background reading and everything, there's no way you could do that all in 1 block, and there's also time for reflection.
People do it, but I think they must read less. We were
can't
able
go
to
into
make
this
a
great
lot.
and
We
of
were able
depth.
to do a lot of reading in depth and discussing.
And
And
really,
thinking.
the research that went into our LSAs, I mean, I couldn't have done that if I only had a few
No.
days to do it.
Well, even for the professional development assignment, I don't see how that could have the kind of depth
Of course.
and breadth that you get from having done it in 3 separate blocks, having assessed teaching or unassessed teaching, and then being able to reflect on that. I mean, that's the backbone of the Delta, isn't it? Professional
Yeah.
development assignment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're here to develop, not just to take a test.
Yeah.
At the end.
People who come here like their job. They are implicated in what they do, and they have a certain amount of experience. And I thought it was really thrilling. For me, it was a thrill to spend 3 times, to spend 9 days, practically all day long with people who do the same thing I do, who love it as much as I do, who have ideas and ways that they want to improve. And that was really a thrill for me to
Yeah,
be
it was
around
really
people
stimulating.
who were like me. I don't have that at all in my ordinary life.
And the intellectual stimulation, I think, as well, and all of us all enjoy our job and all do the same thing, but all extremely different. And there was a very, very good balance across the board, I think, which helped us all a lot.
When also, with your peers, with your fellows, you get an opportunity to use all the terminology. Which in the
Right,
rest
makes
of
you
your
feel
life,
smart.
You
Oh,
can
it's
feel
been-
clever. Yeah, you can feel clever. No, it's really good. But I've also had those moments of feeling suddenly clever and stupid next to each other in the input sessions as well. And you know, really excited. I haven't been a student for a very, very, very long time, and I was so excited. It was just a dream in Strasbourg with the best fellows, the best tutors. You know, sort of like, yeah, no, completely positive experience. And also, yeah, there were real regular moments of despair as well. Yeah, it has to be said. It has to be said. Let's not pretend.
But you know,
Very hard.
otherwise, it's anything that is worthwhile is going to require blood, sweat, and tears, and there's definitely all 3 of those. Maybe not too much blood, but definitely a few tears and some sweat and some long nights. But it's because it's really worth it. I'm really I'm proud of what our group did. I'm proud of what we all accomplished, and it's just it's a feeling of great accomplishment.
Really
Thank you, Jane.